Now, let's dive deep into this big LGBTQ story for today. I'm Alex Morash, and let's queer up politics. J.D. Vance says he's ready for the presidency. But are we? The concerns about Donald Trump's health are once again making headlines. His swollen ankles, his zig-zagging walk, his bruised hand, and his rambling speeches. But fear not, because Vice President J.D. Vance says he's ready to step in. In an interview with USA Today, Vance declared, quote, "I've gotten a lot out of good on-the-job training over the last 200 days. And if, God forbid, there's a terrible tragedy, I can't think of better on-the-job training than what I've gotten over the last 200 days," end quote. The remark sparked questions about what exactly Vance has accomplished in those 200 days. Critics point out that his most memorable moments have been scolding others to, quote, show gratitude. He tried lecturing President Volodymyr Zelenskyy on being more thankful for U.S. aid, even though Zelenskyy has repeatedly expressed thanks. He also told New York City mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani, an immigrant from Uganda, to be more appreciative of America. And for queer Americans, the stakes could be even higher. Vance has a record of belittling women and mocking childless people, once suggesting they just keep cats for company. He has aligned himself with anti-LGBTQ forces in the administration, which is already seeking to roll back equality. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has called for purging queer people from the military, raising disturbing questions about what that would mean if Vance, once rumored to have struggled with his own sexuality, became commander-in-chief. Vance may see a, quote, terrible tragedy, end quote, as his ticket to the presidency. But critics warn the real tragedy could be what happens if he ever takes the oath of office. You know, I'm not shocked that this discussion is coming in more and more because, you know, as someone who I was very critical of Joe Biden staying in as long, you know, he was 81 when he was president. I thought he was too old to be president. People forget, Donald Trump will be even older when he leaves office. He'll be 82 or 83. He's far too old to maintain being president. He clearly can't handle doing the job anymore. And you can see the speculation. It's just everyone just understanding and acknowledging that, like, Trump, I don't know how long he'll be in there or if he'll just decompose in office, but whatever's going on, it's clearly something's fishy.
And also, I just want to remind everyone who haven't, including Americans who haven't read the Constitution recently, the only qualification to be vice president is that you are breathing. You have a pulse, you can be vice president. There's no actual cabinet portfolio for the vice president. So basically, and so far, we really haven't seen him do much on the policy front. You know, screaming at Mamdani for being ungrateful. I'm sorry. The most patriotic thing to do is to enter public office, to serve the country. This guy is literally trying to serve the largest city in this country. So he is not ungrateful. He's actually being very thankful for the fact that he is living in the United States. And also, the piece forgot to say that Vance also said normal gays will vote for Trump in majority, and we all know how it turned out. We actually voted more for the Democratic Party than any other group.
Oh, I love the writer that talked about that. But you also bring up one other thing. Vance has also talked about not just childless, he considers us willfully childless, and I love being a willfully childless person to upset Vance. But Larry, what's your thought?
Well, you know, looking at his background, he really only had 2 years in the Senate and from Middle America and Ohio. And I can say that only because my parents came from Middle America and Central Pennsylvania before moving to the New York area and New Jersey. So I have a concern that he's going to maybe even become less worldly and less accepting to cater to those types of values. And I'm not generalizing. I mean, we have people in our own community in Ohio.
You're not generalizing at all. I mean, Project 2025 is a thing.
Absolutely.
They're trying to eliminate this from public discourse.
And for somebody who struggled, whether it was latent homosexuality or not, and the whole thing that came out, certainly you have to give him something for being open about it. But at the same time, I think we need somebody who is strong in their convictions and they truly represent our entire country, not their own personal interests.
I think that's a key point, that he's strong in with his convictions. Because, President Obama had 2 years or so in the Senate before he became president. But he was strong in his convictions, and I think that really shaped his presidency. So we'll see what happens. Let's hope for the best or worst for Trump. That is the big LGBTQ story for today. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing to and sharing Queer News Tonight.